Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today, right in this video, what we're going to be getting into is we're going to be discussing the Canary Yellow Travis Scott lows, which now have a release date that are now set to release on May 17th. But we're also going to be discussing, potential resale prices for them, stuff like that, and yeah, just how good of a sneaker it is. Because I actually have a pair right here in hand, as you guys can see, and I mean, they're nice, I'll say that. There are a couple things which I'll mention about them that kind of like a miss, but other than that, they're all right, and I actually think that the colorway is a really good choice. I think it's a good idea that they went with something like this for the summertime. I think they'll probably do pretty well. And keep in mind, these are dropping in women's sizes, but they're going to extend the size range, so there will be big sizes for my guys. But I don't know how many of like a 14W, for example, or like a 13.5W, 13W. I don't know how many of those they'll actually make, because those end up being pretty limited most of the time. But if you guys want more content like this, feel free to check my Instagrams, any of that down below. Don't forget, pinned reel on my page. You guys can enter for that military blue giveaway if you all want a chance to win those for free. Just check that out. And yeah, that's really everything else I need to say. I hope y'all will enjoy. We'll get into this review. We'll discuss a resale prediction. And yeah, really everything else with this one. And I'll try and, bring up some other like recent Travis Scott lows to kind of show like where I think these could resell. It all depends on how many they make. And don't forget to subscribe and like for more content like this. Just trying to 200 likes in this video. Don't know if I said that yet, but if we could do that, that'd be great. No, it's not the end of the world, though, I got some other things to do today. We're going to head to UPS. We're going to sell some shoes. That's really it. Don't forget, y'all can check my IGs below also, because I'm buying, selling, trading, always on my stories, so check that out. But that's it. Hope y'all will enjoy. Why don't we get into it? So, first things first, discussing the Canary Yellow Travis Scott lows. One of the main things I want to mention about these is the leather on them. It's not the best, like, leather quality. I'm going to be real. It's all right, but it's not great, I'm gonna be real. Like, compared to some other, Travis lows, it's not the best, but it's all right. Overall, I think the best, thing about this Travis Scott low is probably the overall colorway, just like, kind of this canary yellow colorway. Also, how that, hits off the blue swoosh. I think it's a good idea that they did that. And also, there's another part of the sneaker I can show you guys right there, little Cactus Jack logo. Also one right there by the back of the sneaker. It's a nice colorway, you know what I mean? And also one part I mentioned in the earlier review, like this tongue tag is brighter than the actual yellow that we got here. But I really like the, color of yellow they chose to use in the overall sneaker. It's kind of like, more faded look. And I think that overall will be a better thing for the sneaker. And here are the soles on them as well, as you guys can see right there. Nike logo in the center, got the stars up there. So yeah, that's what I can really mention and show you guys about these briefly. And of course, little toe box leather right there as well. So aside from that, it's a good shoe. I think it hits well in hand. I think more people, as they start to get the sneaker, we'll have these load on sneakers, like they are going to drop there. So once we see that release happen, more people get them in hand. I think we'll see some more love for this particular sneaker, because I know right now opinions are mixed. A lot of people are like, man, I can't rock with these. A lot of people are like, this is just not a colorway for me. It's not something I could see myself wearing. A lot of people are like, this is an outlet shoe, which that's a crazy thing to say about a Travis Scott low. Outlet shoe if it wasn't a Travis collab, but it's a Travis collab. So outlet shoe, well, let's hold on now. You know what I mean? Still is a Travis Scott collaboration, so we'll never see those at outlets. You know what I mean? There's way too much money behind them. But aside from that, it's a good shoe in hand. I like how they look. Overall, it's like, pretty like good colorway. Like I've said that a lot, but there's also, Cactus Jack logo right there on the tongue tag, Nike Air symbol. So that's just what I can show you guys up close about these lows really quick. It's a good one for, just like maybe the personal collection, but you gotta like yellow. You gotta kind of like brighter colors. You know what I mean? If you're someone that wears a lot of brighter colors, a lot of orange, a lot of blue, a lot of yellow maybe in your clothing, then yeah, something like this will work, because it's gonna fit with your outfits. But if you're someone that wears a lot of dark colors, usually aren't rocking with like bright yellow stuff like that, then yeah, I would be careful with these. If you're someone that maybe like for example the Lightning Force, something like this might be good. But it is a little bit out there. I could see where some people don't like them, because the blue and yellow combo. I think it's a nice combo. I think it works really well. But I could see where some people are like, man, it's like the worst combo they could have came up with. Which trust me, they can come up with worse. Do not challenge. No. We're not challenging Nike right there, you know what I mean? They can come up with some bad colorways. If you give them the challenge, oh yeah, they can do it. But let's not. So aside from that, I think these are good. I've mentioned that point. And yeah, we can get into a little resale prediction for these right now, because the prices are crazy. That is one of the main things I'll mention. I definitely had to pay up for this pair right here, but you know, it's a nice one. I'll probably just end up keeping them in the collection, so no complaints. And yeah, you know, it's a cool colorway. That's what I can mention. It's different for Travis Lowe's, which is the main thing that I like about it. But figuring out how to wear yellow, that's going to be my summer task. So aside from that, that's really what we got going on here. Don't forget, y'all can check out IGs, any of that down below. But let's get into the resale for these. So these are not listed on StockX yet, but they are on GOAT at the moment. And you guys can see some sizes are listed on GOAT. And it's between a range of about, as you can see, there's really none of the smaller sizes. We got 10W and we got 12W. So really between a range of about $1,500, or let me correct myself, $1,400 to $2,000 at the moment. That's the early market we got on these, which is crazy. That is a high and hefty price for this pair right here. But one of the main things I can mention, and this is with any Travis Scott loan, pretty much almost any sneaker too, once it releases, once we get closer to the drop date, once pairs start dropping, the prices will come down. Even with this being a hyped pair, they're not going to stay at $1,500, you know, $2,000. That is crazy. I mean, I think the fragment lows are there now, but that's several years later. You know what I mean? So like, these aren't gonna, you know, just start there. You know what I mean? I think realistically, we'll probably see these at first go for, you know, a range of around $700 to $900. I think the bigger sizes will be closer to $900. But that all depends on how many they do. We'll probably see some sizes in there, some of the really small ones, like, you know, 6W through 8W. Some of the actual women's sizes that would be popular with the ladies, we'll probably see some of those go for, you know, a hefty price, like 8W and 8.5W. But and some of the really big men's sizes like 14W, 15W, those will probably be the ones closer to $1,000 because there'll just be none of them. You know what I mean? Like when there's not many of a sneaker, right? And most of the people that will hit in those sizes will end up wearing them. There's just no new pairs to sell on the market. And after a year, I mean, you'll see them going for crazy prices. So that's what I can mention really about these right off the bat when it comes to resale. I think, you know, the really big sizes and some of the popular women's sizes, along with the really small women's sizes that they just don't make any of, those will probably be the ones that will resell for the most with this sneaker. But unless you really want these, unless you really want these right now, I wouldn't go out the way and pay you know, the early prices at the moment. That's just my thoughts, because I think the prices are going to come down. I just kind of want to bring y'all a little resale prediction, a little review on them, because it is still a nice shoe in hand, man. Like I normally am not rocking with, you know, Travis Lowe's, but yeah, you know, these I will rock. So that's what I will say about the Canary Yellow. So resale prediction, main thing, just to keep in mind, prices are going to be coming down. So really, I wouldn't even look at them. If you're not looking for a pair right now until, you know, after, if you're not looking for one until after release day, I wouldn't look at even the market for the next few weeks. I wouldn't even look at it till like 2 weeks after drop day, because that's probably when you'll get the best deal. Once the hype just dropped off a little bit, that's exactly what happened to Bread Reimagines. You know, the hype dropped off a little bit after like 2 weeks, and now you can get the best deal. But or that was like about 2 weeks ago. Now the prices are up, you know, again in some of the big sizes. But that'll happen with these, you know, probably, you know, they'll produce enough of them. Well, let me correct myself. They will not produce enough of them, hence why they'll resell for crazy prices, but pairs will drop, market will drop in price, and then probably after a couple weeks, we'll start to see them, you know, drop a little bit, and then slowly head up as, you know, less and less pairs become available on the market. But there'll be that couple weeks where they'll be heading down, or maybe a month or two, because again, there just won't be as many people interested in, because there'll be new drops, there'll be other things for people to focus on. These will probably drop, keep in mind, May 17th is the release date for these, so these will probably drop very close to the Futura SB Dunk Lows. That's one of the main things I will mention. I don't think the hype will get overshadowed on these, on either of those. I think people will go for both, right? Because they're both $1,000 sneakers at the moment. But I do think that that could affect it a little bit if there is another release that might be stacked on top of it. But we have to see when they start deciding to release the Futuras, because backdoor's wide open right now. If anybody needs, hit me up my Instagram, 8 through 13. I got you. OG all come with everything. But yeah, that's a little shout out to my IG right there. I do have pairs, but I got one in my background right there. Like, here we go, right here. This is just my personal size, though. And that is what I can mention about, yeah, the Canary Yellows. It's a great pair. I think it's a good pair. I don't think it's a great pair, because I don't think it, you know, does anything too different. But I think that people are going to like it for it being different. But I think some people will absolutely hate it for that reason, as you can already see online. But that's what I'll mention. Don't forget, you guys can check out my Instagrams, any of that down below if you guys want to. And, yeah, just let me know your thoughts on these releases, you know. I mean, or not these releases, but this release in particular. Maybe is this one you love? Is it one you gotta have? Is it one you hate and you're just avoiding completely? Let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, don't forget, buying, selling, trading here. So check me out on my IG and the Military Blue giveaway. Again, the pinned reel right here on my page. Just boom, under reels. It's right here. You can't miss it. So yeah, you can subscribe and like for more content like this too. Just trying to 200 likes on this video. That's the goal. If we don't hit it though, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, let me know how y'all feeling about the Canary Yellows. I think it's a nice pair. I think it's one to definitely not ignore if you're flipping kicks. You know what I mean? If you're flipping kicks, can't be passing on these. I mean, this is a shoe where if you hit it for retail and flip it, it can change the game for you. You know what I mean? So don't ignore it. Go for them. So that's what I will say. I'm that screen recording of Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will catch you on the next video coming soon. We'll have a how-to cop for these coming shortly once they end up loading them up on sneakers, or once we get close to that. And a little video in the future is probably very, very soon, since you know, we got some. Yeah, you can see them right there in the background. We got some stuff loading up for those. So I will catch you on the next one. Stay tuned and don't miss out. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Sticks made a fucking hit.